but this is how we make it more numbers driven, stats driven, scientifically proven, right?
Well, why is the US more vibrant? It's because of the number of transaction volumes that are happening. But again, you have to see the profitability in the area. Welcome back, guys, to our podcast. Not only we've changed the podcast name, we've also switched companies.
Yes.
I'm Jeffrey.
And I'm Elfie.
Okay, we are here with our brand new rebranded podcast called Property by Design. Okay, so this is for the folks that we help and we advise, not only in terms of financial ROI, we also want to include a bit of happiness ROI.
Exactly.
That's why it's by design. It's not all profit driven. But in this episode, this is where we're going to share with you guys the frameworks that we use to help clients decide the most profitable properties.
Yes.
Be it resale, be it new launch. And we try to avoid blanket statements like, hey, new launch is the way to go.
Freehold is always good. Or is always bad.
Correct. Yeah. And also like, mega project sure win, sure make money.
There are a few mega projects that didn't make money.
Yep.
So like Jeff shared, I think we are going to reduce the art part. This is the science part, okay? Because a lot of agents will just recommend properties based on I don't know what, maybe some little frameworks, but this is how we make it more numbers driven, stats driven, scientifically proven, right? Of course, there's an art aspect to it, but this is our effort to make it all easy to digest.
Yeah. We try to quantify and debunk a lot of myth.
Yes.
Yeah, and then of course, let's get started with our profit checklist.
Yes.
Okay.
So this profit checklist, like Jeff shared, is a bunch of 11 pointers where we analyze a property based on these 11 pointers, and this is what we've already used successfully for our clients. And if you just follow these 11 factors, I think it's very hard to choose properties that will make losses.
Correct. So we are trying to mitigate risk, right? Eliminate the risk, because at the end of the day, if you purchase a property that stagnates, you are essentially losing money, and worst part, you are losing time. Might as well you just buy something that you like and invest the rest. Okay, for the folks that are considering between upgrading to a bigger HDB or a private property, there is still that element of risk where if you choose to go to a private property, you are heading towards the general direction where it's right. But if you choose the wrong property, that's it.
Agreed.
Might as well you just stay in your EA.
Yes.
Renovate,
Yes.
and then invest the rest.
Yes.
So again, we're here to share the frameworks. Let's get started, man. Any other thing you wanna?
No, I think let's get started. Yep.
Okay, so 11 factor property X-ray. Wow, a lot of factors that we are sharing right now. Most of it is quite obvious. Like if it's near MRT, of course you take near MRT. If all things equal.
Yes.
Okay, and then for example, project size. These are all common, especially for you guys who keep watching videos. A lot of so-called advisors out there already know how to distill this information, whereby if it's near MRT, if it's a mega project, what else? Near transformation plan, near good schools. These are all obvious factors.
Yes.
Okay, but is there more to it?
Yes.
Okay, so actually the main bulk, the Pareto principle, is actually factors number 7 and 8, which is the entry price as well as the exit audience.
Yes. Okay, so I guess let's start.
Okay, so factors 1 to 6, this is common sense, like mentioned earlier. Volume. Elfie, you want to talk about this?
So one of the main things when you're looking out for projects is number one, you have to look at the biggest size projects which have a lot of units. For example, Treasure at Tampines. It's not just about maintenance fees. Yes, it's an advantage that you're gonna pay a lot lesser maintenance fees because this is a super mega project. But the advantage is really about the land size, okay? The number of facilities. For example, if you're buying a small condo, there's going to be a lap pool, and then there's going to be one barbecue pit, and then there's no security, and the cleaner comes in maybe twice a week or something, and you're paying like $500, $600, and the facilities are just like the really basic facilities.
It's just math.
It's just math, yes.
Because small project cannot support the facilities, cannot support the maintenance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at Treasure at Tampines, you got like 13 swimming pools. You have this mega gym, which is 24 hours. You have have this amazing drop-off point, and the facilities are actually underutilized. So you do have access to all these things. But what's important, that means in the future, when you are selling all these mega projects, you are really attracting home buyers.
Yep.
All right, people with kids, they want to grow up there. And these are the people that you want to be able to sell to, because if you are selling to investors, that means you are selling to cheapos. Not cheapos, but they will scrutinize the numbers, etc. You won't be able to make that much profit. But if you're talking about selling to home buyers, they are emotionally driven. Yeah, so that's why mega projects like this are better for you guys.
Yeah, so the families will look at the pools, will look at the gyms, look at the playground, look at the land size like you mentioned. They can envision their kids running around, things like that. It's not as cramped as they feel if they go to a boutique project.
Exactly.
Not saying that boutique projects are bad, it's just that facilities-wise, it's a no-brainer to go to a bigger or a mega project.
Exactly. So that's just one treasure at Tampines. And then even like Coco Palms, fantastic land size. The pool is in the middle. It's always featured in Straits Time, etc. Everywhere you go, they're talking about Coco Palms. But it's not District 70, it's District 18. And then you got your panorama at Ang Mo Kio.
So not only in terms of the size of the project, the number of units, it's also the number of transactions happening. Because similar to stocks, like in the US versus Singapore, why is the US more vibrant? It's because of the number of transaction volumes that are happening. So it's easier for the price to move up slowly. It's all in the seller's mentality, you see. Like in an ideal world, I want to sell slightly higher than my neighbor, or at least match. Then because of this psychology, it keeps pushing up prices. And let's say it takes 10 transactions to hit 100K kind of quantum. Then it's easier to get 10 transactions in a big project versus a small project. Maybe that same 10 transactions will take 3 years for a boutique project to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So imagine, so that's why the logic of the seller's stamp duty applies here. The logic of the minimum occupation period for HDB applies here. Because, previously there was no 5-year MOP before this, years ago. And then what happened? People had a HDB for 1 year and then they sold it. And that caused prices to spike crazily, right? So that's why the government likes to manage transactions. And that's why big projects, having this volume of transactions, it's important for prices to go up. So that's just the logic.
Yeah, that's true. So imagine all like the TOP effect. Similar to the MOP effect, we get a lot of buyers for our newly MOP BTOs because it's just inherent demand. Like I want the newest cluster and they don't mind paying the prices. So similarly for TOP projects, once you have the number of units, the number of volumes, then your price will definitely creep up.
Yes.
Okay.
But having said that, there's another side to this volume play, right? So it's good to look out for all these bigger projects. But what people don't understand is you shouldn't avoid boutique projects like in a blanket way, right? Because there are boutique projects where there are more homestayer units, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. And these are projects where if you look closely, there's a price disparity, there's a price difference which you can enter and make money from. For example, if you look at Teluk Kurau, a lot of the properties are studios, are 2-bedders, but there are projects that have a lot of 3-bedders and prices are really active.
I mean, I think this is just to share that if all things equal, get something that has a bigger volume.
Right.
Exactly.
So
this is the first one. Let's go to the second one. Oh, we haven't classified the volume.
Yeah.
So this is not in any way like a set in stone. This is our rule of thumb. So anything that is below 50, it's classified as boutique. A small will be 50 to about 200-ish. And then mid-size will be 300 to 500. So large will be 5 to 1,000 units, and then mega will be more than 1,000. These are your Tampines treasure at Tampines, your Soul Acres. What else?
Normanton.
Yeah, Normanton. Yeah. So speaking of Normanton, didn't do as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Because again, that volume is just one of the factors.
One aspect. Yep.
Okay. So the typical facilities that you get in this kind of categorizations will be like basic pool, if any. Right? If you go to Geylang, Aljunied,
8-meter lap pool.
freehold what?
Freehold, yeah.
But price stagnant.
Yeah, price stagnant.
Very cheap, quantum wise. So on the surface, it looks good. But when you go down there, it's all investor specifications lah.
Exactly.
Units are small. There's a lot of one bedroom or studios just to rent out. So that's why the developers don't see a need to give you nice facilities.
Correct.
I just been to one project. The gym is like your HDB storeroom.
Wow.
But it's glass.
Yeah lah, glass.
You can put 3 treadmill. That's it.
Wow, that not bad lah. 3 treadmill is a lot already.
Freehold. And then one exercise ball there. I think on top of the treadmill, if I'm not wrong. So, do you have gym? I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, standard condo facility. What is standard?
Standard condo facilities.
Tennis, pool,
Gym. Pool, gym.
What else?
Barbecue pit. I think that's it lah.
Yeah.
Then if you're talking about the large ones, you can see lawns. So this is a project that you should be focusing on. If you see a project with a big lawn, you can be sure that the transactions are going to be healthy, prices are going to be strong.
Yeah, because in a way, like the developers say, you see, I have space.
Correct.
But I don't need to build anything.
Exactly.
Because I can.
Yes.
I can afford to.
Yes.
So it gives you that exclusive or
it's
like
a flex
luxury.
lah.
Yeah, it's a flex. It's a flex. Even as an owner,
right,
it would be nice to have those open spaces.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I wanted to say, I mean, nowadays, again, if all things equal, get something with basement car park.
100%, right? Yes.
It's really inconvenient to have a multi-story. And then some condos, not enough visitor lot, have to park outside. So again, these are all small little details that will stack up and will compound. Because again, if all things equal, then get something with.
You know, like Midtown Modern, I just passed by Midtown Modern. I feel like it's a good project, you know, maybe in this in Central, in Bugis, right? But then there's this ugly car park below it. You know, it's like it's a multi-story car park. Then the building goes up. So it's really ugly for one. Inconvenient, maybe not. I don't know. But I agree with you on that.
So some multi-story car parks will be like brownstone. Brownstone. But brownstone is still okay because it's just next to the MRT. The quantum is good. What else can you get? It's a CDL project. The maintenance is fantastic. Layouts for the 4-bedder is questionable because it's a lot of balcony space. So livable space is not as much as other properties nearby lah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Another myth versus reality. What most people think is only big projects can make money, like just now you mentioned, and small projects are too risky. This is only true if all the other factors are equal.
Exactly.
Okay, but what the data shows.
Okay, so for example, let's say it's a D15 project like I shared, Teluk Kurau. If there's something to buy at 2 million, a 3-bedder, and if you're comparing against One Amber, which is at Parkway, it's just around there, so there's a 1 million price disparity. Okay, then that means this boutique freehold at 2 million is a good buy because of the disparity. Okay, so you just can't rule out boutique projects for that matter, and sometimes you also need to avoid these bigger projects because of this.
So it's just to what extent? So if there's a 1 million gap, there is some gains to be made if you enter into that resale or boutique project, right? Because eventually, again, buyers will just see on the surface area and say, okay, at 2 million, what can I get? So if they see that I only can get maybe a 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom equivalent in a newer project or in a bigger project, might as well I buy something that is 3-bedroom.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It's just that if you're talking about a lot of the boutique or freehold properties, the developers want to make as much profits as possible.
Correct.
That's why, you know, if you buy the penthouse units, you know, if there's like 1,000 square feet of space, let's say 2,000, I think 60% would be on the second floor in the open spaces. And that is not livable. That is PS space, which is not easy to sell in the future.
Yeah. But for most of upgraders who are families, you want to play safe, just get something at least 300 units.
Exactly.
I think easier. Don't need to analyze so much.
Correct.
Mitigate your risk.
Exactly.
Okay. Number 3, MRT.
Okay.
So, I mean, MRT is good to have. But now, I think the government released a statement sometime back that eventually Singapore will have all houses or all household units will be within 10 minutes of an MRT. But not all lines are created equal. And even if you're 10 minutes away or 5 minutes away, is yours sheltered? Right? Do I have to cross the road and things like that? And not too long ago, maybe 10, 20 years back, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to MRT is okay. But now, like, you need like that premium whereby not only must 350 meters, 5 minutes walk time, it has to be doorstep, it has to be sheltered.
Yes.
So one good example for this project will be Springleaf. Yeah, so it's a not tested and proven kind of line, Thomson, but for the quantum wise and the PSF wise, next to MRT, sheltered, doorstep MRT, I think it's a good bet, if you ask me.
Okay, so I think there's this book by Hu Sui-yong, and he's talking about this priced in premiums, right? So you think that buying an MRT area is good, but you should also do your macro research. You just zoom out a bit to look at some other condos that are more than 700 meters away. So is there a price disparity? So we are talking a lot about price disparity, entering at a certain price point and all those things, because it's important to understand. So yes, MRT was important previously because you only got the green and red line. But nowadays, I think we got over 100 MRT stations that
brown, blue, yellow.
Yeah, there's a lot of colors. So it's not as important as we might think it is. Yes.
Yeah, but again, we are trying to say that yes, it's nice to have if the price is equal. Right? But if, let's say you mentioned those that are further 750 or one click away from the MRT, the Pine Tree Hills, the Nava Grove, these are all very far ulu kind of location.
Correct.
But time will tell whether they will be profitable because they don't have this MRT factor.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think there are a lot of examples like Principal Gardens.
Yeah, Normanton Park.
Yeah, Normanton Park not so good actually.
Yeah, not
in
so
terms
good
of
profitability.
Yeah. So again, doesn't mean you're not near MRT. You cannot be profitable.
Yeah, exactly.
But if all things equal, get something with MRT.
Yes.
So again, it's always the disparity.
Correct.
Yeah, maybe if it's a 10% premium, that's the max to get something near an MRT. If the one that is near MRT, if you're comparing between two projects and one is near MRT and one is slightly further away, if the premium is more than 10% for the MRT unit, you potentially can look at the one further away.
100%.
Yeah.
So next is talking about rentability. I think this is what we call the yield trap. So when you're, especially if you're thinking of investing in a residential property, you want to be a landlord, and then you are too focused on your rental yield. Right? Oh, I want something above 4%. I want something which is very strong. But you're going to make bulk of your money in capital appreciation. So it's okay to go for something at 3.5%, for example.
Or 3%.
Or 3%, all right? Because there is someone who's paying for you, your equity and your bank interest. And then you build up equity over in that property. You don't have to focus on yield. I mean, again, all things equal. If the yield is good, price appreciation is good, of course, go for that. But don't be just too focused on the yield.
Because now in this day and age, it's very hard to get all the factors. Meaning, we normally look at capital appreciation and ease of exit. Just these two, for example. And it's very hard to get a property which has a good capital appreciation and also have good yield because of just the quantum that we are looking at in today's times. Rental hasn't risen to a level where you can get 4% for a good property as well. Yeah. So again, do not be trapped by this yield play. But I think for our upgraders, they are not looking at this as much, if you ask me. Yeah. The levers to pull is really capital appreciation and ease of exit.
Correct.
Yeah, you can rent 4%, but no one's going to buy from you. What's the point?
So if you are thinking of selling your property and buying two properties, remember, don't just go for this one bidder investor units, these small quantum units. If you can max out maybe to a two bidder to increase your floor space, because the larger your floor space, the easier it is to earn from capital appreciation. For example, here in this example is a one bidder investor unit, 800k quantum. That means 4% is 32,000 only. When you can go for something at 1.2 million and then potentially making 48,000. Over time, this compounds. Right? Yeah. So this is just one example.
That's true. Yeah. For those who are looking to buy two, then they think, the second one is to rent what? But rental shouldn't be your main component.
Exactly.
Appreciation still is the main component.
Yes, the main play.
The main play. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, next one.
Okay, so transformation has always been a thing that some agents use to sell projects. This is going to happen in the next few years. This is 3 minutes away. Things like that. This is where the government is putting in money.
Just follow the government.
Just follow the government. But here's the thing. The information is now easily accessed. How far is that transformation away? Let's say if they're talking about transformation, we're building T6, not T5, T6. It's going to be built soon.
Terminator.
Maybe in the next 40 years, then there is something that, it's not relevant to you. But if the transformation is like in the next 10 years, trust me, the prices have already been priced in. The sellers that are selling, they would have been advised by their agents to, of course, sell at certain price point anyway,
Yeah, but it's hard to justify. Even though the MRT is going to be up, it's very hard to justify because, again, for mass market properties, people just look at data, look at transaction, look at bank valuation, and the banks cannot value your unit based on future transformation.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we are talking about resale condos now, because a lot of projects, new projects, they are the ones who are selling the transformation plan.
Yes.
Yeah, so not all plans are built equal. I think what you should really consider looking instead is infrastructure that is going to be built there.
Exactly.
Yeah, then if it's up already, then potentially it will already be priced in. Yeah, so if you are looking for like 4 to 5 years kind of holding, then these are examples. For example, if you look at Bidadari, the MRT line is up, the mall is up, most likely you are paying for what you get because it's already there.
Yes.
But Tengah, JRL, Jurong Regional, and then the relocation of ACS, if you were to buy in 2026, your exit audience will be primed to pay you a premium because the infrastructure would have been ready.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why I like INS residents for the West Siders.
Okay.
Right? The MOP cluster there is insane, the number of volume that is coming in. Plus, you get the infrastructure of regional line, plus a good school over there. So people who are considering INS residents, that's the way to go.
Yep.
Get as big as you can.
Right.
Because the quantum is so cheap.
Right. For now, yes.
For now, yes.
For now.
Okay, Paya Lebar Airbase.
Too long lah. Long runway.
Too long, yeah. Because they need to clear first.
Exactly.
Then they need to build.
Correct.
Yeah. So they are selling you the selling.
So I guess transformation is also saying that you have to suffer. You have to suffer during construction. There's going to be a lot of cement lorries running around.
Unless yours is everything underground. Unlikely lah. You still have to suffer a bit lah.
Because again, if you're talking about transformation, even the government is pouring a lot of money in the Marina Bay area, for example, right? But if you bought unit at District 1, District 2,
Back then.
Back then, right? I mean, the price appreciation is so flat.
Yeah.
What happened to the transformation?
Because there's no inherent demand, right? Because we know that we are going for homestayers rather than investors. And if there are no schools, then it's very hard to justify me staying there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so Greater Southern Waterfront, that one, no need. Look at Avenue South Residences.
Correct.
Right? They hype it up so much. The poor sellers now are suffering losses.
Yes.
And suffering stagnation. So many other properties you could have bought.
Right.
Such a waste.
Yes, such a waste.
Okay? But this is, I guess, sales.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, so try not to approach it from the hype kind of angle.
Yeah.
And use these kind of frameworks to help you mitigate the risk, help you decide whether it makes sense or not.
Exactly.
Yeah. Another example, buy near transformation plans. Jurong Lake District, Greater Southern Waterfront. You'll make money, but maybe in 15 years lah.
Yeah,
But the
exactly.
opportunity cost is even way, it's so much more.
Correct.
Okay, J Gateway sold 97% on day one,
2013.
and then 10 years later, price flat.
Correct.
Until recent times. Our government is very predictable.
Okay.
So therefore, our profits also can be predictable. But if you are reliant on external factors like Malaysia, for example, like another country, you are putting all your chips in that bet lah.
Exactly.
Which is not as certain.
Exactly.
Okay, so again, go back to infrastructure, MRT, malls. This will create real price movements rather than just master plans.
And when you are talking about malls, I just want to add in something about mall. If you're talking about massive malls, let's say Vivo City, you're talking about North Point.
Yes.
These are malls, all right? It's not your little Wisteria mall. It's not your little HDB malls. You're not talking about this kind of malls, yeah. So even when it comes to property selection at malls or amenities, you have to be very wary about this. The size of the mall. And who are the tenants?
Yes.
Right?
Are they being managed?
Being managed? Because if they are strata title, then you want to avoid this kind of condos.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. Because it will affect the surrounding vibe.
Exactly.
And it will affect the families that are about to move in.
Correct.
I always tell my buyers this: whatever you feel today will be the same feelings the buyer feel in 4 or 5 years time.
Yes.
So what matters to you will matter to the buyers in 5 years time.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you feel like it's a bit icky and the vibe is not right, it shows, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But can it be backed by data? And that will be the best,
Right.
rather than just gut feel. Because the worst kind of gut feel is like, I think too expensive. I feel expensive.
Wow.
So next one, 10-year.
When you're buying a property, let's say, this new launch, all new launch make money, right? Let's say people sometimes say, all new launches make money. So it's going to be launched at, let's say, 2,500 per square foot. So yes, it's on a fresh 99-year lease. But let's say beside it, there's a property which is just maybe 10 years older. Okay, but it's trading for $1,700 per square foot. That means there's an $800 per square foot gap. So that means you should also probably look into, in fact, you must look into the resale condo because the price disparity is huge. And how do you do it scientifically? I think Jeff will show us the formula.
Okay, so we're going to give you guys an example that I did for one of my clients.
So let's say the new is 2.5 million, right? Quantum, and the resale is 2 million. Okay, and then
This is 2.2. Yeah, this is a real case study actually.
Yeah, and that's the size of the properties. Gross per square foot cost is 1571 versus 2170.
Yep.
And 82 years balance versus 99 years balance. So you can see the lease reset price. This property is actually valued, if based on lease reset, at $2.6 million.
Yep. Okay, so what we're trying to do is to have them be compared as apple to apple as possible because it's very hard to compare 10-year-old versus new.
Yes.
So these are the different formulas that we use to try to make it as close as possible so you can see, is this resale overvalued or is this new launch overvalued? Because the example that you gave, 800 PSF, might just be the surface whereby, I can buy a resale at 800 PSF cheaper, but are you really buying at 800 PSF cheaper? So when you lease reset the resale, for example, then now you're looking at a higher quantum. So this time around, the new is actually cheaper.
Oh, yes, okay.
Okay, so this again, it's not a blanket statement. Our rule of thumb is every time it is more than 10% in terms of premium, you buy the resale. And anytime it's less than 10%, you buy the new. Okay, but this is just one level. Right? So for example, in this case study, the lease reset price for this current 4-bedder is about 2.65. This new launch, even though smaller, it's actually cheaper. And this is haven't accounting for harmonization.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you harmonize it even further, then you can see the gap even widens.
Exactly.
Yeah. So in terms of PSF net, after you lease reset, after you deharmonize or harmonize it, then you will see that the PSF gap is only 6%. So in this scenario, the resale is slightly overvalued, or maybe the new launch is considered quite cheap because it's only a 6% premium. But again, you have to see the profitability in the area. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is the new when we saw, they actually saw, actually at 2.2, now that you do this, it's no longer as cheap as I thought. Because I thought I'm paying 2.2 to get 1,004 square feet. Number one, I'm not really paying 2.2.
Exactly.
If I lease resale, I'm paying 2.6. And then this 1,004 square feet, actually it's not livable. It's only 1,003. In fact, it's going to be even lower because of can be bay window, can be aircon latch and things like that. Yeah. So again, this is one of the ways to quantify.
Yeah. So good that you explained because my explanation was totally wrong.
No, as in
No, it's good.
I understand. Okay. So the new will make sense if the gap between the old and the new is less than 10.
Exactly.
Then the old will make sense.
Right.
If the gap is more than 10%.
Yes.
So there you have it. We have the 6 factors in summary. Number one is volume. All things equal, get a bigger project. But that is not a blanket statement. Some boutique projects make sense, especially when it comes to the 3-bedroom, the home stayability, right? And also the disparity in terms of the price, the quantum.
Exactly.
Okay. And number 2
is gone. Don't know where is number 2.
Interesting. Number 2, the next episode. So
number 3,
Number 3 will be MRT. Right? If you can get something within MRT, that's best. But this is not the end all be all.
Exactly.
Because it all goes back to price as well.
Yes.
So if you can come to think of it, everything revolves around price. Disparity, price. Right? Okay. Rentability.
Yes.
So for those folks who are buying 2 properties and one is for rent, try not to make the mistake of getting one that has good yield. Yeah, if your agent asks to buy 1 bedder, 1 million,
Delete contact.
might as well you buy a bigger 4 bedder, right? Because if your quantum is about 2.5 total, husband, wife, I would rather you buy a proper 3 or 4 bedroom, maybe 4 hard to get 3 bedroom, 2.5, than to get 1.5 and one more at 1 mil.
Yep, exactly.
Even though the quantum is the same, the asset value is the same. Okay. Transformation. A lot of people like to talk about transformation.
Yeah, so just remember, transformation, usually it's already priced in. You know, again, information is now everywhere.
Not only priced in, it's like, when is it going to take shape?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So
if it's like Paya Lebar, Airbase and all those things, then it's not going to be a game changer for you.
Correct. What matters to you, what matters to your buyers in 5 years? Because your buyers who want to buy in, they have to imagine, I need to sell a story and sell a dream to my next buyer.
Exactly.
Which is very hard.
Number 6 is tenure. I think Jeff showed how the calculator works, how to compare an older project. Even if it looks cheaper on the outside, it may not be cheap after it's been resetted.
Reset, yeah. Even for freehold and leasehold. Yeah, there is always a premium for freehold and leasehold. Another blanket statement like nowadays agents like to use, because data the past 5 years, it's very obvious that leasehold outperform freehold. But can you no longer buy freehold? Not necessarily.
Yes.
If the premium is within reach, might as well get the freehold.
Agreed.
I think one good example will be Continuum. Right? That's freehold, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So again, if you look at all the moving parts, I think it is a good purchase.
Correct. Agreed.
Might as well get that freehold.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So in episode 2, we will talk about the 80% that matters. So thanks for tuning in. We will catch you on the next episode.
Bye.